The USAF is finally testing its new stealth bomber. In 2023, the first B-21 Raider aircraft is anticipated to fly for the first time. This week brought not one, but two pieces of good news for the aging bomber force of the U.S. Air Force. A first flight's expected later this year thanks to the completion of the first brand new B-21 Raider bomber and its entry into ground testing. At the same time, Air Force Secretary Frank Kendall declares his desire for an autonomous bomber that would be used on the service's most perilous missions and cost half as much as the B-21. Want to know more? Hey guys, welcome to our channel Future Warplanes, where we tell you about military fighter jets, military drones, and military planes, from the currently famous in the air to the most advanced around the world. So stay with us till the end of this video so you don't miss out on any of this information. And before we proceed, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our amazing videos in the future. And let's begin! Ground testing normally aims to test and validate every aspect of a brand new aircraft while it is still on the ground. It entails verifying that mechanical parts, including the landing gear, flaps, rudders, and ailerons, function properly. Ensuring different electromagnetic systems, including radar, navigational systems, and communications, don't interfere with one another is another aspect of it. With airplanes like the B-21, software testing is becoming an ever-increasing aspect of the ground test process. The bat-winged aircraft, like its forerunner, the B-2 Spirit, lacks the conventional aircraft shape and depends on fly-by-wire technology to stay in the air. Fly-by-wire, or FBW, is a flight control system that uses computers to process pilots' or autopilot's inputs and send corresponding electrical signals to the flight control surface actuators. An airplane like the B-21 can't even take off if the computer software making continual adjustments to the flight profile is glitchy. Public disclosure of the B-21 is anticipated for later this year. The program's first flight was delayed from December 2021 to some point in mid-2022, but that's only a modest setback given how ambitious it is. 6 B-21s are currently being built in the Air Force's top-secret Plant 42 in Antelope Valley, California, in various phases of development. The Air Force will eventually switch over to the B-21, which can carry out both conventional assault and nuclear weapons delivery missions, to replace the 62 B-1B Lancer bombers and 20 B-2A Spirit bombers that are now in service. As the likelihood increases that the Air Force will have to contend with China and Russia in both conventional and nuclear warfighting scenarios, the service wants at least 100 B-21s and ideally up to 200. In addition to the new bombers, 76 B-52H Stratofortress bombers from the 1960s will be used, with a potential service life of another 30 years, for a total service life of 90 years with a potential service life of 100 years. Kendall has also expressed interest in unmanned long-range bomber, especially one that is half as expensive or even less expensive as the B-21 at $713.6 million. According to Kendall, who was reported in Air Force magazine, he also wants a stealthy drone with the same range so it can fly alongside a B-21 Raider during combat. If an autonomous drone can simply follow a B-21, replicating its flight path while posing as little of a disruption to the human crew as possible, it may be possible for bombers to strike more targets or deliver far more ammunition on target. As a result, the mission was crucial enough it might be attritable, meaning that the Air Force could survive losing one in a battle. An important meeting with an airborne refueling tanker, for instance, may be abruptly missed by a B-21 and bomber drone on a combat mission. Instead of canceling the mission completely, the crew may decide to turn around and save the B-21 as well as themselves, sending the drone on a one-way trip to the process. Losing $300 million aircraft might be the outcome, but if the aim was significant enough, it might be worth it. Starting in the late 2020s, the B-21 Raider should start carrying out nuclear deterrence missions, and the bomber drone should follow soon after. The outcome will be more adaptable and powerful bomber force that can deliver anything from dumb, unguided iron bombs to hypersonic missiles, even thermonuclear weapons. Furthermore, the B-52, it appears, will remain in use for all time. Meanwhile, the initial B-21 Raider stealth bomber aircraft loads calibration test has been completed by Northrop Grumman for the U.S. Air Force. One of the 3 critical tests performed on the aircraft during its ground testing phase before to its flight is the loads of calibration test. It concentrated on checking the aircraft's structural integrity and calibrating the instrumentation. The test, in the company's assessment, produced reliable and positive results. The B-21's airframe was subjected to varying degrees of stress as part of the test to make sure it was prepared for takeoff. The ground test step, in addition to load calibration, involves starting the aircraft, testing its subsystems, and coating and painting it. After the ground phase, the B-21 will test its engines and do low-speed and high-speed taxi runs before taking its first flight. In order to prepare for first flight, Northrop Grumman is currently concentrating on lowering production risk, improving the construction process, and maturing the test fleet. What then is unique about the B-21 Raider? The B-21 program at Northrop Grumman has been cloaked in secrecy since the aviation company was given the contract to manufacture it in 2015. Since then, very little concrete information has been revealed regarding the platform. The aircraft was specifically designed from the ground up to replace at least two-thirds of America's ailing heavy bomber fleet. That much is certain. For heavy bombing operations around the globe, the United States currently relies on the nuclear-capable B-52 Stratofortress, the supersonic B-1B Lancer, and the stealthy B-2 Spirit. The B-2 Spirit and B-1B Lancer will start to be phased out of service after the B-21 enters service, while the formidable B-52 will continue to serve for many years to come. The B-21's superior radar-absorbent coating, upgraded systems, and use of the same fundamental engine systems as the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter are projected to result in a significant increase in stealth capabilities. The B-21 should be tougher to detect than any bomber in history because, to America's ongoing progress on stealth technologies, but without the astronomical price tag associated with earlier stealth aircraft. How does the B-21 Raider perform? The B-21 Raider must be able to engage any target at any time, anywhere on the planet in order to be a viable replacement for both the extremely quick B-1B and the extremely stealthy B-2 Spirit. Although it is anticipated that the B-21 will be a subsonic aircraft, i.e. incapable of exceeding the speed of sound, thanks to its extensive fuel range and in-flight refueling capabilities, it will be able to engage targets anywhere in the world from any military airstrip that is long enough to accommodate it. The U.S. will also be able to hit heavily fortified targets anywhere in the world within a couple of hours because to the strategic location of these bombers and installations around the world. What type of firepower will it possess? The B-21, like its predecessor, will be able to transport a range of nuclear weapons, including the Long-Range Standoff Nuclear Cruise Missile and the B-61 Variable Yield Nuclear Gravity Bomb, but it is by no means the only type of weapon that it will be able to transport. The B-21 will probably have a lot of conventional weapons handling gear, enabling it to take part actively in combat operations all over the world. We'll have to use our best judgment in this situation because the public hasn't been provided with any information on the payload capability of the B-21 as of yet. And that's going to end today's episode. We sincerely hope you enjoyed our video. If you did, please click on the like button and make sure you share it with all your friends and family. And if you have any questions or comments for us, you're always welcome to share them with us in the comment space down below. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you'll see even more of our incredible videos. And you can also check out other videos that have been specially selected just for you. One more favor, please. Make sure you hit that bell icon on your way out the door. That way you will be notified every time we have a new upload on our channel just for you. Hey, thanks for spending time out of your busy day to hang out with us today, and we certainly look forward to hanging out with you once again. Have a great day.